What if a small European country quietly built one of the most unusual air defense networks on the continent? What if a Chinese missile system ended up becoming the backbone of a nation's security while global powers watched closely? And what if the future of an entire air force now depends not only on fighters in the sky, but on powerful radar and missile batteries hidden on the ground? Today, we are diving deep into the evolving story of Serbia's air defense transformation and how the HQ-22, also known as the FK-3, is reshaping the country's military strategy in ways few people expected. For decades, Serbia faced a difficult reality. Its fighter fleet was aging fast, mostly built around aircraft that traced their origins back to the 1980s. Maintenance costs kept rising while modern aerial threats were evolving at a rapid pace. Drones became cheaper and more capable. Precision-guided missiles became more accurate. Electronic warfare turned the airspace into a battlefield of signals and sensors rather than just speed and firepower. In this environment, Serbia needed a solution that could protect its skies without bankrupting its defense budget. In April 2022, Serbia made a historic move by receiving deliveries of the HQ-22 medium-range air defense system. This decision surprised many analysts because it marked the first time a European country purchased a Chinese medium or long-range surface-to-air missile system. The move signaled not only a military upgrade, but also a strategic balancing act between East and West. The HQ-22 quickly became central to Serbia's air defense structure. It began replacing outdated systems that had roots going all the way back to the Vietnam War era. Those older systems struggled against modern stealth aircraft, electronic warfare attacks, and low-flying drones. Serbia's military planners understood that without modernization, their airspace would remain vulnerable. Fast forward to January 2, 2025, when Serbian authorities officially declared the HQ-22 fully operational within the armed forces. Senior officers described the moment as a turning point. The Defense Ministry stated that the new FK-3 missile system significantly improved the country's airspace control and protection capabilities. For a nation with painful memories of past air campaigns against it, this announcement carried deep symbolic and strategic meaning. Operational training quickly followed. The Serbian Army's 250th Air Defense Missile Brigade deployed HQ-22 systems for intensive exercises focused on countering simulated drone swarms and precision-guided missile attacks. These drills reflected the modern battlefield reality, where small unmanned systems and smart weapons often pose a greater threat than traditional aircraft. The training emphasized rapid detection, coordinated fire control, and resilience under electronic warfare conditions. Commanders involved in the program described the HQ-22 as a milestone for Serbian air defense. They highlighted the system's anti-jamming technology, its ability to survive against enemy anti-radiation missiles, and its advanced fire control network that allows rapid response to multiple incoming threats. According to Serbian officers, the system's electronic warfare resistance is one of its most valuable features, allowing radar units to continue functioning even under heavy signal interference. Technically, the HQ-22 provides Serbia with a medium-range shield capable of engaging various airborne threats. It can target aircraft, cruise missiles, and certain ballistic missile types traveling at speeds up to Mach 3. While it is not considered a true long-range system like the S-400, it offers a significant upgrade compared to Serbia's previous capabilities. But to fully understand why Serbia turned to China, you have to look back at earlier plans. During the late 2010s, Serbia was widely expected to purchase Russian S-300 or even S-400 long-range air defense systems. The possibility gained attention during the 2019 Slavic Shield exercises, when Russian aerospace forces deployed advanced systems to Serbia for joint training. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić openly discussed the intention to procure such systems, even exploring long-term credit arrangements with Russia. By choosing a Chinese system, Serbia attempted to maintain strategic independence while avoiding the most severe diplomatic backlash. The NATO bombing campaign against Yugoslavia in 1999 left a lasting mark on the nation's security mindset. Infrastructure destruction, civilian casualties, and the psychological impact of sustained airstrikes reinforced the belief that strong air defense is essential for national survival. Even with a limited defense budget, Serbian leaders consistently emphasized the need to prevent the country from being vulnerable to future air campaigns. President Vučić described the HQ-22 as a powerful deterrent, stating that Serbia would no longer allow itself to be defenseless against potential attackers. The messaging reflects not only military planning, but also domestic reassurance, showing the public that lessons from past conflicts are shaping modern defense investments. Yet the HQ-22 is only one piece of a larger puzzle. Serbia's Air Force modernization remains uncertain. Plans to acquire downgraded variants of the French Rafale fighter have raised questions because the aircraft may be delivered without their primary long-range air-to-air weapon, the Meteor missile. Without advanced air-to-air capabilities, Serbia's fighters could struggle against modern adversaries, increasing reliance on ground-based air defense networks like the HQ-22. This has led to speculation about alternative fighter acquisitions. Some analysts have suggested that China's J-10C could become a potential candidate to replace Serbia's aging MiG-29 fleet. Such a move would deepen defense ties with Beijing and create a more integrated air defense architecture, combining advanced fighters with modern missile systems. However, geopolitical realities and economic considerations will likely influence any final decision. Looking ahead, Serbia's air defense strategy appears to be evolving into a layered system. Ground-based missiles like the HQ-22 provide medium-range coverage, while shorter-range systems protect critical infrastructure and military bases. Fighters remain an important component, but may play a more complementary role rather than being the sole guardians of the airspace. At the same time, the rapid growth of drone warfare and electronic attacks means Serbia will need to continue investing in sensors, command networks, and cyber defense. Modern air defense is no longer just about missiles. It's about data fusion, artificial intelligence-assisted targeting, and the ability to respond within seconds to rapidly changing threats. So what do you think? Is Serbia's investment in the HQ-22 a smart move that strengthens national security, or does it create new strategic complications in an already complex region? The future of its air defense network is still unfolding, and the decisions made today will shape its military posture for decades to come. Subscribe for more updates and comment me to show your opinion.